Well, first, thank you so much for doing this. We're sad that you're not here, but it was so much fun watching Max in that first workout. How long have you guys been working together?
We have been working together, gosh, like less than a year, but it's been a very fun, yeah, like I think since semis, yeah, just after his semis.
How did you originally meet him then?
So we met at Southland Competitors Camp in Louisiana, hosted by Brandon Luckett at Franco's CrossFit. And right away we just connected, and we have similarities with how we are very analytical and stuff. So yeah, it was really fun to, have the opportunity to work with an individual.
You talk about training him through semifinals, and he's one of those athletes that has been right on the bubble, right on the cusp of qualifying for the CrossFit Games, finishing 16th, 15th, both times at the West Coast Classic. What about Desert City Classic makes it so perfect to add it to the mix of getting him out there to be competitive and just adding into the whole training environment throughout his year?
Oh, for sure. So as soon as I found out about Desert City, it made my top two competitions in the off season that he had to really get after. Number one, amazing team, and I've heard only great things about the event in the past. Number two, programmed by one of our great friends and mentors, Scott Panchik. I know he's going to pour everything and his knowledge to make it a super balanced, challenging test. So I told Max he has to do it. So excited that he's out there crushing it.
What has training looked like up until this weekend then?
So he's been actually doing qualifiers because he's qualified as an elite for Wadapalooza. So just the last few weeks has been a little bit weird with all the qualifiers that kind of piled on at the same around the same time. Not that long ago, he did extremely well at Crash. He placed fourth. So yeah, he's been having a pretty busy last few months, but he's been working really hard, going after weaknesses. I'm just so proud of him. He's really crushing it.
I imagine that not being able to be here in person, having an athlete in the elite division is like a little bit anxiety ridden for you because you're trying to follow along through a leaderboard or social media posts. What has that communication been like leading up to each event, the warm up, and then almost the debrief with him?
Yeah, so last night I actually joined the athlete briefing via Instagram. So I was trying to just kind of get caught up on the events and the standards and all that. This morning we had a phone call to just go through like the strategy, especially for the day and kind of looking ahead towards the weekend. But the best part was, I was like breaking out trying to find something to track and like, because I knew when he was competing. But then JT messaged me and then Scott Panchik messaged me. And so it was just, kind of major FOMO not being there, but knowing that he's in good hands and has a really great team around him makes me feel a lot better.
So you found out that he won the first event through text messages of folks here?
Yes. Literally JT is who I found out from.
In the conversation that you were having with Max as you're looking at the programming, getting ready for event one, I know that he went to dive school and has experience doing that, but you as his coach, when you were looking at the programming, was this one that you thought, you know what, I think Max is gonna be able to win this one?
Yes, I know that he's a very strong swimmer from his background. Although we haven't been swimming a ton, we've been picking it up a little bit more like over this last 4 weeks, I would say. But I know he has a strong swimming background. I knew that he could push the beginning of the workout, knowing that it wouldn't have a big impact in his swim. And, he likes rowing and bench. So I said, this is where you go big and you trust your fitness and then try to recover in the swim and do your thing. So I'm glad that he did because it's great to start the weekend with a lot of confidence and momentum going into the next events.
And I'm sure you guys have talked about what overall goals for the weekend are. Is it just to, kind of see where he's living right now in a competitive field? Because there are other semifinal athletes here.
Sure.
Or is it to end up on the podium, or what were those conversations like?
Yeah, so I think that off-season comps are a really good kind of gauge to see where you are, especially in a field that is so competitive with so many, big names out there. I think that Crash Crucible was a really good opportunity to kind of check the pulse on where we are and how our training is going. This weekend is just about, you know, learning, going, like, seeing how much your weaknesses have improved, taking some risks, making smart decisions on the floor, and that, you know, adding to the body of work of making him a more well-rounded athlete to be ready for anything in the future. Yeah, I mean, obviously we want to be on that podium, and he is fully capable of doing that. But the biggest thing is, you know, make himself proud, make some good choices out there, and just learn, because that's really what matters.
1 down, 6 to go. What is the other workout or workouts that we should keep our eye on Max?
Let's see. He is a good runner. So I
got a
know
lot
that
of
there
running
will
this
be some
weekend.
opportunities for him. Yes. So I'm excited to see how he performs on the running events. We've been working on gymnastics a lot. So from a let's see how much we've improved perspective, we'll have an opportunity here soon after the snatches. So yeah, I think there is a lot of fun things ahead that honestly he's really ready for. So he's a threat on all the events. Like he's ready.
We can't wait to see how he does. Lynette, thank you so much. We're sad that you can't be here, but I'll make sure that JT keeps giving you updates and following the leaderboard and all of the highlights of Max throughout the weekend.